Hey friends, as corporate chaplains, we have been gathering online to pray for the needs of the people that we serve, for physical health and safety and protection, and for the hospital staff that's attending to people that are sick, and for those who are grieving because they've lost a loved one. We've been lifting up financial provision needs and praying for the sustaining of the business that you work at and that we serve. We're really experiencing a season of life like I've never seen this in my generation, not to this extent. How is it that we can learn how to crisis well, so to speak? One point that the corporate chaplains and I keep talking about is that most of us have experienced a crisis at some point. We know this. We've been walking with you through some of them, whether it be a loss of a loved one, hard medical health news of a diagnosis that cripples the family and puts everyone in awe, or a financial setback, or a job loss, or some kind of a crisis where you're just shocked and hurt and bewildered, and you're not immune to grief and loss. You've experienced crisis before, and it's been unexpected, and there's been a range of thoughts of how you've moved through that. The wisdom that has been gathered over time is that during a crisis, we are going to experience this moment of impact, and we have this normal or this orientation to life, and then the impact hits or the crisis hits, and then we go through this dip, this valley, as my faith tradition calls it. And we have all kinds of emotions going through there. Confusion, anger, denial, shock. Another way to look at it is that you have this orientation, and then you have the impact that leads us into disorientation. And then at some point in this time, maybe it's a couple of months or 3, 6, 9 months, but we start to say, is there a new normal? Is there a reorientation? Is there a way to reconstruct my life? And we think that there is that hope, and that we're having a very normal reaction to a very abnormal circumstance that's happening right now. And so as time passes and the pandemic evolves, we're going to bounce back and forth between these movements of shock, of dismay, of depression, even of sadness, of anger, of hope. And yet what we've noticed when we've worked with you is how resilient and adaptive you are, and the human spirit is. There's this thing in us that longs to fight and longs to fight for a new normal and reconstruct a new normal that's full of hope and vibrancy and common good. We've seen this in counseling sessions. We've seen this throughout history, and we've seen this in our personal faith tradition where there's a new life, there's new resurrection, there's a new normal. And so we may not be at the new normal yet, and we long for that. We're not there yet. So we have a furlough to attend to as we all do our part to flatten the curve of spreading this virus. We're here for you. We're with you. We're trying to work through this as well. We're reaching out to people as well to process this stuff. And we'd love to hear from you what your challenges are and how we can pray and support. We really do hope to connect with you. And we offer God's grace and peace to you during this time. Thank you.